Hello, vinyl community, and anybody else who happens to be watching. I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for tuning in, and cheers. Another episode of Why I Love This Song. The song I'm talking about today is Play with Fire by the Rolling Stones. My pick for this was a little bit inspired by Jeff Witcher and this fantastic series he's been doing, but I kind of wanted to make a video on this song for a while. He gave me that push. Now, the song originally came out in 1965. It was the B-side of The Last Time, and then it was released on this album, Out of Our Heads, I think it's on side 2 on here. A little beat up, as you can see. But this is a pretty good album, but I think that the song Play with Fire is the standout song on here. Now, I have loved this song for a while, but I'll admit, I'm a pretty big Rolling Stones fan, and it took me a while to find this song. I didn't know it right off the bat. It was many years before I ever discovered it. But I love the fact that it's a different sounding song, especially this is really early Stones, 1965. So they're still getting their writing chops and everything. And this has a different sound than anything else they had done yet up to that time. I like it. It's a simple song. The lyrics are pretty cool. We'll go over that in a second. And it just kind of has a bit of a menacing feel to it. And I will kind of explain that. Now, it starts out playing what is essentially the chorus. So it doesn't sound very menacing at all at first, because it just starts out, it goes G, D, G, C. But then it goes from that to the dreaded E minor. You ever notice a big difference that E major and minor? So it's all one finger that does this. See, you play this chord. That could almost sound happy, right? But then you just move one finger. I'm happy. I'm not so happy. Makes a big difference. So it starts that out, and that's what all the verses are in. And it also has a harpsichord in this song. Now, I don't know exactly as far as if I'm playing this quite correctly. I'm just trying to give you a feel. I'm just using the guitar as a tool, but all the verses are in E minor, and it has this. That goes on. That's like a melody going through it. It's just on the B and the E string, so it's pretty cool. It's simple. It's very effective. Simple and effective is what's very attractive to me many times on a song. And the verses are the message in the song is kind of, it leaves it up a little bit to maybe for you to decide. But it starts out, well, you've got your diamonds and you've got your pretty clothes, and the chauffeur drives your car and you let everybody know. But don't play with me, girl, because you're playing with fire. So right away, he's introducing a character here. He's talking to a woman who is a young girl who is probably rich, has come from money. Mick hasn't in the song, or the character hasn't. So he's saying, hey, don't get too close to me. You're playing with fire, playing your little flirty games or whatever. Something that's interesting about this song is that Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, who wrote it, are the only ones, as far as the Rolling Stones, who actually play on the song. The bass was played by Phil Spector, and Jack Nitzsche played the harpsichord, because the rest of the Rolling Stones were gone when they came up with this song. But I love the way it's doing that whole. Through the verses, and then when it comes to, but don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. that is just an awesome change in, the way they go from that chorus, the verses into the chorus. I love that. Every time he does that, don't play with me because you're playing with fire. It's just this cool, menacing sound. Now, the rest of the verses, it starts to tell a story. Your mother, she's an heiress, owns a block in St. John's Woods, and your father would be there if he only could. Don't play with me because you're playing with fire. And then here it says, your old man took her diamonds and tiaras by the score. Now she gets her kicks in Stepney, not in Knightsbridge anymore. So to me, that's saying, I don't know. I don't know London in England very well. But Stepney and Knightsbridge are obviously different neighborhoods. Stepney probably being the lower class neighborhood, Knightsbridge being the upper class neighborhood. And it sounds like maybe her mom is either going down to this neighborhood to have her fun, or she's been forced to go there because her father has taken the money away and gotten rid of the mom. And and then it says here, now you've got your diamonds and you will have some others, but you better watch your stepgirl or you'll start living with your mother. So don't play with me because you're playing with fire. So now he's saying, hey, you're going to end up down in a poorhouse. Don't be hanging around with me. I'm kind of a low-class guy, too, and if you want to stay up here where Daddy is, you better stay away with me or you're going to end up like your mom, kind of thing. So the other thing that's awesome about this song, it's only like 2 minutes and some odd seconds. It's a very short song, so it's one of those songs definitely leaves you wanting for more. So Play with Fire, not a big hit for the Rolling Stones, but one of my all-time favorite Rolling Stones songs. That's why I love this song. What do you think about it? I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.